What is it, Lassie? We're starting the podcast. Yeah, well, it's the Oldie but a Goodie. Oh, okay, I'm sorry, Lassie. It's the Lassie and a Goodie podcast featuring me, Zach, and you, Sandro Lassie. Yeah.
Woof.
Woof. Speaking of woof, this week we saw Lassie.
Yeah.
And it was not as good as you remembered.
Ooh. Premise of the show is we're watching films from 1994 in the order they came out in, and Zach, you are right, I own the DVD for this movie.
Yes, so, fun fact, Sandro actually owned this DVD.
I still have it in my house.
Well, you haven't thrown it out yet. So, yeah, we watched Lassie, because I chose that, because I was like, Lassie, you can't go wrong with that, right?
Yeah,
you can.
You definitely can.
It's your classic oldie, spoiler.
It's not even real Lassie either.
No.
Like, if you've seen the original show or any of the movies, like, Lassie is a character called Lassie. In this, it's a dog that they named Lassie because the daughter watched Lassie on TV.
Lassie is just a dog named Lassie, Sandro.
It's sort of like the Mandarin in Iron Man 3. It's got the name, and elements of it are there, but it's not the character.
Right, yeah,
It really isn't.
I feel like it was the character, though, if you think about it. Yeah, well, because, like, what is Lassie's characteristics, Sandro?
It's a dog.
Yeah, wow.
And it saves the day.
Hey, look, guess what, Sandro? Guess what this Lassie did? That.
Yes.
So, for all intents and purposes, it is Lassie, but it is canonical that it is not the Lassie, as you say, because we see in the very first scene that Lassie is a TV show in this, and it affects this movie.
Yeah. The dog is named after Lassie and isn't necessarily Lassie.
But it could be Lassie too. Electric Boogaloo.
I can't remember much of this film aside from the end, but I think I did watch it when I was younger, when I first got the DVD from my grandparents, probably.
Yep.
Yep.
Thanks, Grandma. Thanks, Grandpa.
I think, like, one of the reasons why it's just a DVD buried somewhere in a collection of films that I watched once and went, no, never again, is because, as a kid, I went, this isn't Lassie? What is this? This is just a dog named Lassie. It's not the real Lassie.
I see. So, even as a young child, you're a purist at heart. A Lassie purist.
That's right.
And it has kept with you all these years till we watch this again and you're like, that isn't my Lassie. Not my Lassie.
So, to be honest, out of your other two choices...
Oh, yeah.
Like, you
I
had...
mean, Elijah Wood would have been cool, but...
Yes, you had the Elijah Wood one where... It's like, I'm a kid genius, I'm going to travel the world.
Yeah, no.
And the other one was The Client, which was like a legal thriller where it's like, I'm a kid and I witnessed a murder, but will I tell people? I don't know.
Why? Just tell them.
Should we quickly go through a couple things about this? So it's directed by Danielle Peteri, or Petri. One of those two. He's done, like, TV movies and stuff. His debut movie, I think, which is called A Raisin in the Sun, which is a great title.
That's amazing.
Was nominated for the big award at Cannes Film Festival in the 60s. So, he is a prolific director.
There you go.
For the stars, you got a dog called Howard.
Good on. Hey, Howard was really good in this film.
Howard was great.
Like, he was a good dog. And only one dog. Which is unusual. True. You usually have multiple dogs nowadays. But I guess back then, you just had the one dog. Good on you, Howard.
Yeah.
He's dead.
The kid who plays the main character, whose name is Matt Turner, best known for his role in The Sandlot, quite possibly the best baseball movie of all time.
Good on you, pal.
Playing his dad, you got John Tenney.
Spoiler, best character.
The dad?
Most realistic character, I'd say. Okay. Maybe not the best character, but the most realistic.
He's done 109 episodes of a TV show called The Closer.
Wow, that is a lot of episodes.
And then I think he was in a spin-off of it as well.
He's got that vibe of someone who would be like an investigator on one of those shows, or one of those guys in a suit. He just has that look about him.
That's it. Playing the mum, who wasn't really in the film that much. And whenever she was, she wasn't written very well, I don't think. Not a very well written character.
Not at all.
But the actress, Supergirl, from the 1984 film Supergirl.
Oh, Helen Slater.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. She was in Smallville for a few episodes, and most recently she plays Eliza Danvers in the TV show version of Supergirl.
Nice.
And also, before I forget, this film was produced by Lorne Michaels, the creator of Saturday Night Live.
Oh, really? Wow. So that's a name and a half.
So that's a huge name to have behind this film. So, there's some good names. The director's done some stuff. You've got Helen Slater and John Tenney in there acting away. You've also got an 88% score on Rotten Tomatoes.
That is really high. I think that's a lot of nostalgia.
Yeah, it had fairly positive reviews when it first came out, so good on it, I guess.
I'm sure it was great for its time.
We don't know how much it cost. It's probably not that much.
15 mil?
To be honest,
or even 12 mil.
Everyone that was on this film, the cast are very small.
$1?
Yeah, I think it cost $1.
Just $2.50,
Yeah.
Hey, well, if you do this film, we'll let you pat the dog. Yeah, all right. Sounds good to me.
I'd do it. How much do you think it made them?
150. A little high?
Made just under 10 mil.
Oof. Ooh.
9.9 million.
Woof.
Let's get into it.
Now, it doesn't have really font at the start, but we had the DVD.
Yes.
And the DVD menu has a lovely font. So what did you think?
It looked like it was a very small font. Yeah. A very small image that they then just blew up.
Yeah. Because it was pixely.
It was bad.
Yes. So good on your DVD makers.
Look,
the movie font, fine.
Yeah, no, it was
had just regular font.
It was just Lassie. It was cool.
Yeah, sure.
But the
DVD quality poor.
I do like the DVD cover though.
Yeah. Me too. I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it opens with some sheep.
Yeah.
There's some sheep on a hill. And guess what?
Oh, what?
There's a dog.
Oh, no, it's not attacking them, is it?
Yes, it is murdering these sheep. No. It's a dog that is not named Lassie.
No.
We do not know the dog's name. We never learn of its true name.
It's Howard.
Yeah, Howard the dog is doing this thing. He's herding sheep.
Yeah.
Because they're taking them to market to sell the sheep.
Sure.
For the wool and the meat.
Yep. And that's all we see of Howard the dog for a bit.
Yeah.
Because then it cuts over to the main character's sister. She's sat in front of the TV watching old black and white Lassie movies.
Immediately references itself.
Yep.
Immediately.
So when you know it's a good film.
When you know it's a good film, when it references the old one. To be fair, I forgive that one. It's
no. Irredeemable.
Wow. No.
This film cannot be a Lassie film if a Lassie film is shown in the movie.
No.
No.
Right, yeah. No. As a purist.
As a purist, I refuse.
But what if it's Lassie's kin?
So
if the film said, "Oh yeah, this one's related to the
I would have been fine with
dog.
that. I would have been fine with that.
You would be fine with that. Okay.
It's like the famous acting dog, and this is from that bloodline. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I'm cool with that.
Yeah,
but they didn't say that.
No, they didn't. And it's nothing to do with that. So that's fair. All right.
And then her brother walks in and is like, "Hey, I'm gonna switch it to some music videos. I told you to stop watching this garbage.
I'm edgy teen." Oh, and it is ham-fisted.
This kid, so edgy.
I like how he starts off the first half of the film being this really angsty, super angsty, and then there's a flip of the switch.
Oh yeah,
and he just becomes a regular kid.
I mean, we predicted it as soon as he showed on.
No, obviously it's going to happen, but it's jarring how he flips the switch. It's not good writing.
No, he's skateboarding to punk rock.
Yeah, it's good. It's classic. Anyway, so we have all these actors, and they're like, hey, we're a family. You got the dad, who is my favorite.
That is such a roundabout way to say there's a family.
Yeah,
there's a bunch of actors and they're pretending to be a family.
Yeah, well, it looks like it, isn't it, Sandro?
Well, that's literally what is happening, yeah.
It is. So why are you criticizing what I'm saying? That's what's happening, Sandro. That is literally what's happening. Don't you criticize me. Don't you criticize. But it's exactly what's happening because it's so obvious that they're actors.
Oh yeah, it's true.
It's so bad.
Anyway, so the cast that is pretending to be a family, they are a moving house.
Yeah, so they all pack up in the car and they're driving along. You have a regular conversation in the back of the car where the edgy, angsty... He's not even a teenager. He's like clearly like...
12?
12.
Not even.
No.
Yeah.
Like 10.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, Santa isn't real. Think about it. There's like a million kids.
Yeah.
And you couldn't go to all of those houses. Well, it's clearly a hoax.
That's right.
Wow. I'm edgy and cool because I'm dissing on Santa.
Yeah.
Get wrecked, Santa.
Meanwhile, that night, the truck that Howard the dog is in crashes.
Yeah, no, this is pretty like dark.
Yeah.
Guy dies.
And that's literally dark. You can't see a thing.
Yeah, no. A lot of this film, as you pointed out, is like shot in the dark.
Yeah.
And it's... I'm okay with it. It's just a bit... Yeah, it is...
It's fine.
Very,
whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
It's to save money.
So yeah, the truck driver is just dead.
Yeah, he dies instantly.
And Howard the dog is like, damn, my owner's died.
Yeah.
Guess I gotta move on.
Yep.
And
the ambulances and police, they all rock up, and then the family almost crash into one of them.
because he's not paying, because he's getting distracted by the kids at the back.
That's fair.
Again, Dad is most realistic character.
Sure.
Nearly collides with one of these.
Yeah.
Then like they park, they get out. Oh no, this is bad parenting. Keep the kids in the car.
Oh, especially yeah.
Like
definitely.
that, especially the angsty kid.
Yeah. Well, he gets out and he's like, "Oh, dead body!
Yeah,
oh, I'm so dark."
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. No.
I like the outside because it represents what's inside of my heart.
He doesn't say any of that. Not even close. That would have been cooler, at least.
He gets out and is like, "Yeah, I'm the knight."
The girl spots the dog hanging about and goes, "Hey, look, it's Lassie," which is fair.
That's fair.
I think that was a fair line because it's a young kid.
It's the
like
same sort of dog.
It sees the same breed of dog and it's like, oh, it's that dog.
Yeah.
It's clearly not. And then the stupid child actor, freaking boy, is like, "There's no such thing as Lassie." What's wrong with you?
Oh.
No
such thing as Santa, and there's no such thing as Lassie.
Now, that's fine to argue Santa, sure. But Lassie is a breed, like, that's a real dog.
Yeah, it's
not
a
Lassie. Like, the breed of dog is a real dog.
It's very forced and bad.
Yeah, it's bad.
They get back in the car and drive to a diner, and Lassie just stalks them.
Yep. Lassie follows them because she's moved on from her old owner, apparently, and has decided this is our new family for no reason.
Now, we have a theory about Lassie.
Which
we'll get to it
like
in a bit.
The entire film, pretty much.
But let's just say... Lassie's not all that meets the eye.
She transforms.
I think at some point Lassie manages to convince the family to let her in the car.
Oh yeah,
and they just kidnap this dog.
Like the dad goes, "No, we're not getting this dog. It could be someone else's dog." Very reasonable.
Definitely.
Yes, probably someone else's dog.
Could be sick. It was on a farm.
Literally someone else's dog till 2 seconds ago when they died.
Yeah.
They don't know if it was that. No. It was literally someone else's dog.
Also, a lot of dogs, when their owner dies, they stick with them the whole time.
Yeah.
Not Lassie.
That's what I was pointing out.
Like, Lassie's like, "Ooh, you die, you missed out on this, buddy. I'm moving on."
Yes, but that goes into our theory later.
Yeah, it does.
So the mum, the stepmom, she's like, "Nah, let's kidnap this dog." The rest of the kids, "Yeah, let's kidnap this dog."
Yep.
So they kidnap the dog. And the dad's like, "Well, I guess we're criminals now."
Yep. Lassie hops in the backseat, and then they go on their way to go see Grandpa.
Yep.
And Grandpa's like, oh, yeah, you kids just so good. What's that? Oh, Matt, you got an earring? Oh, you're real cool.
We learn, so the guy married his wife and had two kids. But then the wife died. And now they got the stepmom. But the wife, it's the wife side of the family's grandpa.
Yes.
So technically, the two parents aren't related to the grandpa, but the kids are.
Yes. And they move into a farm.
It's like this old homestead that they moved out of or whatever. Because presumably the guy had work in the city or something.
Yeah.
We don't know. We have no idea. But they're moving back in and it's this old decrepit house. The lights don't work.
Very creepy.
Just,
Yeah. There are many moments where I thought that this film would turn into a horror.
Oh, well, which could have. I never thought it would because it's Lassie,
of course
Sandro.
not. But imagine.
It could have. It would have been so much better. That would have been the biggest twist if it just turns out that this was just like a horror film.
Yeah.
Anyway, Matt is he just hates this place. He wants to go back to the city. He's like, oh, why are we here?
I don't like fresh air. It's bad for my lungs.
Yeah. There's only 148 people here.
That's right, he does say that. And he's
don't worry, that'll last 20 seconds
before
Lassie just convinces him to stay.
The way Lassie convinces him to stay is by walking over while he's listening to his music, grabbing his headphones, and running to a lake. So he, runs after her to the lake.
As a rational human being, he's runs after it, gets his headphone back, and then is oh, a lake? Sick, I'm gonna jump into it.
And he does, and he comes out, and he says the fantastic line.
Oh,
it's
God.
Poetry. The writing in this movie is incredible.
No, it isn't.
Matt comes out, and he's like, that was awesome. That was totally awesome. No kidding.
Yeah. So this is when he immediately flips the script and he's going oh, no, I want to stay here now.
Yep.
Because he jumped in a lake.
And then this is when we're introduced to the neighbor.
Yep.
Who's a great character.
No. Well, I guess he's a good villain.
Yeah.
He's a good villain.
The villain of
not
the
a good
piece.
person, though, as he goes over the hill, sees a dog, and then pulls out his gun to go and shoot the dog.
Yep.
And is literally 2 seconds away from shooting this random dog.
Yeah.
When this kid comes up and is like, oh, no, don't shoot my dog. And he's like, oh, yeah, I wasn't going to shoot some dog.
Yeah.
Don't be stupid. As he puts down his rifle that he was literally about to shoot this dog with.
He's got two sons and they're real pieces of work, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, and we see a scene where they're eating dinner and the wife's like, oh yeah, the kids were being dicks today. And the dad's like, yeah, let them be dicks, whatever, I don't care.
Ooh.
So
the dad is not finding any work.
Yeah, so what happens is that old farmer guy who died, who had Lassie as the dog, he was hiring him, I think. And now is picking up just small-time jobs. And the wife was like, and why don't we go back? And he's like, but I want to raise the kids here in the outdoors.
And she's like, oh, look, that's fair. This is a good place for home. And then he says, and I quote, there is no such thing as home. This film's got some serious agendas. No such thing as Santa. No such thing as Lassie. No such thing as home. This movie, I just felt like it was just, it was just pushing its ideals onto me.
Anyway, kid goes to school. Lassie then visits him at school, just of course as school ends.
Yes.
Then they go on an epic adventure where Lassie steals his bag and runs off with it. He says a great line, wait up, I'm not a dog. Hold up.
I mean, I'm not sure about that.
Yeah.
I think you might be a little bit of a dog.
What?
I was trying to a person who does dog acts constantly.
A dog impersonator.
Whatever.
A dog impersonator?
No, a dog act is where you dog a mate.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
He's constantly dogging mates.
He's not though.
It's not because he doesn't have any friends.
Yes, got him. Woo, killing him. So this is the point where we discuss the theory.
Yeah.
That the dog is actually possessed by the mother who died.
Yes. And this theory holds up for the entirety of the movie.
So, here's what happened.
Yeah.
The lady grew up on the farm. She had a great time. She then dies.
Yes.
In the city, she has her life. And so her spirit goes back to the farm where she wanted to hang out.
Makes sense.
And then she sees the dog and is like, yo, let's possess this dog. To then, be free and get to, hang out in the wilderness and stuff.
Did she possess the dog when Lassie, quote unquote Lassie, was with the guy, the sheep guy?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
And so for a long time, she was just a dog that was just hanging around there.
Fair.
Till she sees her family again. Is like, oh, I recognize these people. Let's go follow them. I'll hang out with them.
That's right. She takes Matt to see a tree where she carved her initials as well.
Yes, which is really weird by itself if you're looking at the film without the possessed by the mum's spirit.
Yeah, how did the dog know?
That's
where...
And later on, the dog, finds the diary.
Yes. In the next scene, Lassie is going through Matt's, wardrobe and sees his mum's diary and is like, hey, it's a diary.
It's my diary.
It's my diary.
Yeah.
It's just this is weird.
Yeah,
anyway.
It's weird that the dog knew these things unless the dog used to live here or something. It's never explained.
I don't think the dog used to live there.
It's really weird.
The dog is definitely possessed by the mum.
Yeah, and so the only theory that would work is the dog is possessed by the mum, which explains why she's obsessed over this child because it's, he's being very moody and sad. So she's trying to cheer him up and all that. So, yeah.
No, it's interesting. The next day, Matt goes to the lake, and the two neighbors' sons rock up, smoking them joints.
Yeah. Well, the adult one is.
The adult
smoking.
One is.
Yeah.
And they kind of become friends.
Yes. So they're like, oh, that was a cool flip you did in the lake. Can you do a backflip? And he's like, nah, I don't want to. But I could. And they're like, oh, you could, but you don't want to. And then he backflips, so they become best friends.
Yeah.
For a second.
There's a great quote where they're like, yeah, you're cool. You should come over on Saturday night. We were going to rent some cool videos.
Some cool videos.
Direct quote.
Cool videos.
Cool videos from Video Easy.
Yep. So he goes to their place, which is super rich mansion place. Very cool. They have a pool, an indoor pool and everything. Then one of the smallest kid, the kid I hate, who is just a demon child, goes over to the gun rack.
Yes.
And takes out a rifle and he's like, you like guns?
Oh, and that right there just says so much about his character.
Yeah.
Says so much about his character.
Yeah, and then he brags about having a gun.
Yeah.
They talk about how they're rich off the sheep business because they got the best pastures. We'll come back later to that.
We will indeed. Are they their pastures? We don't know.
They're not.
They're not. They go home. I forget what her name is.
Yeah, there's the female character. She's there.
I think her name's April?
Something like that.
And,
I think it's Alice.
Yeah, and they walk back because they're also neighbors.
They're becoming better friends than the bad kid and her. And the bad kid is like, that's my girl. You're stealing my girl.
And he's like, you're damn right, I did. Boom.
Boom. Then it's discovered that, wait a minute. These sheep are on our land.
Because the fence is not broken down.
And they've made a load of money off it.
Yes, on our land.
He comes home and learns that his dad is like, nope, we're moving back. And he's like, nope.
I got a blueprint of the land. You see all this? It's the best pastures in this area.
Yep.
And Granddad's like, you're right, correct.
Granddad's like, he has some basic farming knowledge.
Why didn't he tell them that first? I don't know.
The kid's like, all right, we fence these off, get some sheep going. We can make a fortune. And the dad's like, you know what? Why the hell not?
And then
let's buy a zoo.
Yep. And they buy a bunch of sheep, and we get some fantastic quotes.
Yep.
We get one here where the guy selling them the sheep is like, that right there, that's 380 ewes and 38 rams. And the dad's like, 380 ewes and 38 rams? Oh, that's perfect for the room that we got.
Yeah. No, it's not great dialogue. It's very bad dialogue.
There is a building montage, and straight afterwards, the dad is like, well, there it is. There's our farm.
Yep. Thanks for stating the obvious. Wow.
The dialogue is so good. Anyway.
Wow. So yeah, the bad guy comes over and is like, "Hey, why are you putting up this fence?
Yeah.
Why are you doing this?" And they're like,
Yeah.
And then they talk and they're like, "Oh, you're starting up the business? Okay, well, good luck to you.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
It's a tough job.
It'd be a shame if anything were to happen to your
It would be a shame if I stole your lambs and then tried to sell them as my own."
That's exactly what he tries to do.
They go like, "What?" And he's like, "Haha, funny joke, bye."
Yep. And then the evil dad starts to form his plan, which involves Daft Punk.
Yes. Like, the kids come out on quad bikes.
Yep.
With these helmets that are, like, bright white. And you were like, Daft Punk. And I was like, what? Oh, my God.
But, yeah, they're, like, scaring the sheep.
Yes.
And while they're doing that, one of them is like, "Oh, yeah, choo-choo, sheep, choo-choo."
Yes. It's just harassing the sheep to, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Make them uncomfortable. Probably make their wool bad. Make their meat bad. Something like that.
Yeah.
Lassie, though, is like, "Nah," and scares them off.
Yeah.
So that's that.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's like this fair that happens, like the old county fair. The city kid, our kid, the worst kid, invites the girl.
Matt invites Alice.
And then the evil kid tries to invite her, but she's like, "No, I'm going with him." And he's like, "That's fine."
I'll see you there.
Then they confront. They do a bit of gambling at the fair.
Yeah.
The film's like, "Yeah, do gambling, kids."
I mean, it's a fair. The whole point is you give money and then you might win something.
Yep.
But it is essentially gambling.
Got to encourage that in our
That's
youth
right.
of nowadays.
It's like it's
CS:GO gambling all over again.
The ye olde loot crate.
Yeah, ye olde loot. Yeah, you don't know. Fairs are like loot crates, pretty much.
They then run into the smoking kid.
Yeah,
and he's like, "Hey, you want a cigarette, Matt?" And then the smoking kid just casually, in the middle of a kid's film rated PG, not for coarse language, drops a homophobic slur.
Yes. Which is like
full on. It's like, whoa.
Yeah.
What?
So that was like, we were both immediately like, whoa, what did you just say?
It came out of nowhere, and I think on that alone, this film would get an oldie. Yeah. Don't show this to your kids.
No, that was terrible. It's a terrible influence. It's encouraging gambling and calling
smoking
people and smoking and calling people that word all in the same scene.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's bad. That was a bad scene.
Anyway.
Cut that scene.
Then the evil dad is like, "I'm going to cut the fence and I'm going to steal some sheep." So he does that.
They steal the sheep, but Lassie's like, "Nah, I'm going to stop you." But then they're like, "Nah, Lassie, we're going to chuck you in a net."
Yes.
Ooh.
They net Lassie and chuck Lassie in a
barn.
Shed. Or barn.
Yeah, I think it's a shed. You're probably right. It's probably just
one of those two. Or both, honestly.
Yeah, probably both.
I was going to combine the words, but then I realised that would just be bed. I'm like, that doesn't make sense.
No, do a Shan.
A Shan.
A good old Shan.
It was a Shan.
Yeah.
That sounds like a drink.
Yep.
I'd have a Shan on the weekend.
A Chardonnay. A Chardonnay. So she then, using her Lassie superpowers, jumps out the window. Not on the first try though.
No.
You were gonna slag them if they did it, but like she struggles to get out, which was good.
It takes I think it takes like a few hours because it's daytime when she gets out.
Yeah,
and it was night when they put her in.
Night. So. Yeah. So very, very cool. Like that, they made it a little bit more realistic.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
I really liked the slow mo as she jumped out. You were a big fan.
They had to do it though.
Yeah, they had to. Like that was like their slow mo bit.
Yeah, fair enough.
They used like slow mo like nowhere else in the film.
Yeah,
so like
it worked.
Good on them.
They then take the sheep back.
Yeah.
A Lassie is like, "Hey, they stole the sheep," and
the kids
the dad
like,
and Matt
"Oh,
are
right,
like,
yeah.
"All right, we'll go get them."
Yeah. But then they bump into the kids, and the kids are like, "Oi, what are you doing with our sheep?" And he's like, "These aren't your sheep." And then he's like, "Oh, but they're on our land.
Yeah.
Bring back our sheep, otherwise I'm going to shoot your dog." And he's like, points the gun at Lassie, and I was like, "Dead dog?" But no dead dog.
No dead dog.
The kid like bumps the gun out of the kid's hand.
Yeah, Matt throws the gun into the river.
Yep. And the kid's like,
I'm gonna go and save it. So the kid runs into the river, almost drowns.
Yep.
So Matt's like, oh, I guess I'll come over and help you.
Yep.
Then Matt almost drowns.
Yep, but then Lassie comes to save the day.
Turns out the river leads to some rapids.
Yep. And Lassie gets swooped up in the rapids.
And dies.
Dog. Yay!
Lassie dies.
Yep. Doesn't come back.
Never see Lassie again for the rest of the film. That's okay, though, because it's over.
Yep. Then he goes to school, and then Lassie pops up at the school because she survived. Yeah. And it's the end of the film. Yay!
The end. I mean... Ugh.
Yeah, it was bad.
This was so bad.
There was, like, no plot.
There actually wasn't. Yeah. For the first half hour, I barely wrote any notes.
Yeah.
I was just like, there's nothing happening.
Yep. Apart from them kidnapping this random dog.
Yeah.
Oh well.
I like our theory of the dog is possessed by the mum.
Yep.
I think it makes sense. I think it adds some depth to the film.
Yep.
But outside of that, pretty bland, pretty boring. Not even family friendly because of the that's one scene. So, like, 100% an oldie from me.
Yeah, no,
this
it's
does
also
not
an
hold
oldie
up.
for me. It does not hold it up. Go watch the old TV shows.
Go watch the old ones.
You get the Lassie experience. Like, this was just like an extended episode that was also like a bad episode.
And also not Lassie.
Yeah, and you firmly against this dog being Lassie.
I think there is even a more recent Lassie movie from 10 years ago that's way better than this.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
If you feel like watching a Lassie film, because we've been talking about Lassie a bunch, and don't watch this one, there's definitely one out there for you though.
That's it. All right, that was
nothing else to say about this.
Yep, that was it.
I guess with True Oldies, then we should pitch a sequel.
Oh, right, yes, the sequel.
I don't know.
Great sequels for this. What do you mean you don't know?
There's so many directions I could take this in, but I don't want to see any of them.
Oh, right. I never said you should see the sequel.
Yeah. You know the 1998 Godzilla movie?
Yeah.
That is not Godzilla. The look
it's like a
and
non-copyright.
how it works, and it's like a very small Godzilla, and it lays eggs, and sure. The origin is completely different. Very similar to this version of Lassie. I'm pretty sure there's a animated crossover or something like that where real Godzilla fights American rip-off Godzilla.
Right.
I want that to happen.
So you want Lassie v Lassie.
I want fake 1994 movie Lassie to fight real 1950s Lassie.
How would this fight go? Is it a dog fighting ring?
Yes.
They literally just like...
No, it's more like they've got to maybe, I don't know, like
there
work
can
together
only be
or
one
something.
Lassie. It is Highlander rules.
I don't necessarily want them to fight, but I want there to be some sort of competition.
Oh, yeah, you could do some lame sheep herding competition or something.
Although that would be a very bad film.
Yeah.
Anyway, no, I don't want to see that, but that's the sequel that I did.
Me on the other hand, I gotta go with a classic here. So, cut to 20 years later.
Okay.
They've gone on a bit of hard times, had to sold the farm.
Yeah.
The kid failed his schooling.
Maddie, okay.
Because he's constantly running off to his dog Lassie.
Yeah,
like he's not paying attention in school. Like literally in the film, he leaves halfway during class.
If Lassie is the kid's mum, very irresponsible to be constantly bothering him when he's at school.
Yeah, but maybe like the kid's mum was also like stuff school.
Yeah, probably.
Do drugs, kids.
Yeah.
You know. And so, because he fails school and stuff, he decides to join the army.
Oh no.
Here we go. But, of course, he's got to bring his dog Lassie. And we see the new film, War Dogs, Lassie. And it's just a War Dogs film.
Cool. Well, that is it. Sorry for... Well, I mean, you picked it, but also,
I'm sorry. Look, honestly, I thought this would be much better. Didn't you think this would be better than what it was?
Yeah. No, I did.
Yeah.
I had weirdly high hopes going into it. Mainly because I was like, it's Lassie, I own the DVD. So it's got to be some level of okayness. And then I remembered, oh wait, no, I didn't buy this. I was given this.
Well,
and yeah, no. It's it's got the aesthetic and the style of a classic, 1960s Disney movie, which I love. I love those live-action 1960s Disney films.
Yeah.
But it's not that. It's bad.
Yep.
So.
Oh, well.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah. Check us out on the iTunes or whatever podcast thing is there at the moment.
You can review us there as well if you want.
And then check us out on SoundCloud. Do you have SoundCloud?
Not on
no,
SoundCloud.
Damn it.
We've never been on
Spotify.
SoundCloud.
Spotify. That's
Spotify.
And
TuneIn and
YouTube maybe sometimes because YouTube's a bit dodgy.
Also, no one watches us on YouTube.
No one.
Next episode though, I guess I've got to pick one of the choices.
Yes. You have Black Beauty.
Oh, another animal movie.
It's about a horse, apparently.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I can't remember if Black Beauty's racing or not. I don't think it is. I think that's more of like a farm film.
Okay,
whatever.
Sure.
It's pretty good. I like it.
Yep. And then we have It Could Happen to You.
Cool.
Which is a Nick Cage rom-com.
Ooh, half of that sounds good.
About someone who wins a lot of money.
Okay. I like Nick Cage.
Then we have the obvious pick. The Mask.
Oh, no.
Of course. A classic. His second biggest hit.
I'm not...
What the...
I'm
no.
I'm not picking The Mask. I'm
not
picking The Mask.
You have to pick The Mask.
I saw it like 2 years ago and it was terrible.
No,
it does not hold up. It looks bad. The visuals are awful.
Yeah, but like, who cares?
I'm picking It Could Happen to You.
I'm
picking It Could Happen to You.
I'm putting my foot.
We're doing a Nick Cage movie.
I'm gonna veto this.
Did someone say The Mask?
Myrna, what are you doing? How did you even get into my house?
How did you get in here?
We've been recording a podcast for an hour. Have you been here the whole time?
That doesn't matter now. I'm here for The Mask.
What do you mean you're here for The Mask?
I'll see you next week. Same time, same place.
What?
Smoking.
So we're doing The Mask?
Yeah. Apparently, you've just been outvoted.
But does that mean that no one picks this week, or is it still considered as my choice? Do I get to pick the week after?
You can pick the week after
yes.
if you like.
Yes.
Jerk.
I want to do. I've been dreading this episode.
Yeah.
I do not want to rewatch The Mask.
I'm ready. I'm ready to watch The Mask.
All right, let's wrap it up. Favorite quotes. I know what mine is. Mine is when Matt, he meets up with the two smoking lads.
Yep.
And they're like, "Hey, you're cool, dude. Come over Saturday night. We're gonna rent some cool videos."
Yep. I have a classic line that everyone remembers.
Oh no, not again.
Which is...
"It is I, Lassie, and to quote me, Lassie, woof, woof, woof."
There is no such thing as Lassie, Sandro. There's no such thing as Lassie. Don't be ridiculous.
This film was terrible.
It was bad.